Welcome. In the last video, I explained what the and, or, and not keywords were, and in this video, I'm going to show you some examples of how those work in action. In this video, we're going to write 3 small programs that use the logic we learned in video 4.4, those of the and, or, and not keywords. So let's have a look. Here are the 3 problems we are going to solve today. Feel free to pause the video and give them a shot, but I will simply get started. So the first one says, write a program that given 2 numbers a and b print the string divisible if one of the 2 numbers divides the other. So let's start by getting those numbers from user input. So a comma b can be equal to the integer input of a equals something and int input b equals something. Remember, input is simply a way of getting input from the command line. So one thing we could do to test with division is say if a mod b is equal to 0, so b evenly divides into a, or b mod a, so the other way around. Then we can print the string divisible. Perfect. Now let's go to the command line and try this out. So Python 3.4, 4.5.py, a, let's say, I don't know, 12, b is 6, and we get divisible. How about 7 and 11, which are both prime? So no. So let's move on to the second problem. The second problem says, given a and b, print a divided by b if b is not equal to 0. So let's copy our input because it's going to look much the same. And it says, okay, b cannot be 0. So how do we test for b not being equal to 0? In fact, there are many ways. One way is to say, if b not equal to 0, then we can print a divided by b. And that'll work just fine. However, there are other ways, and another way you might see is if b is not 0, then we print a divided by b. This is perhaps more readable, but there is yet again another way, which is just to say not b is equal to 0, which is, in a way, the negation. So each of these ways is a valid way of saying b is not equal to 0. My personal favorite is 15, but feel free to use one of the other 2. So let's test it out quickly. So 5 and 8. And let's try division by 0, so 6 and 0. And we get nothing printed as we would expect. Awesome. So our last challenge says, write a program that given 3 names prints equal if all 3 names are the same when lowercase. So let's get those names. So name1 equals input name1. And let's just copy this to save time. Here we go. So now what we can do is we can say if name1.lower, meaning make it lowercase, is equal to name2.lower, and that is equal to name3.lower, then we can print equal. So the trick was remembering that the .lower function exists, and we can use it in combination with testing equality. So if I run this, and I say name1, maybe, I don't know, will, then I say will like that, and then I say will all lowercase, then they're all equal. But if I say James, Lauren, and Mark, then it doesn't say they're equal. So our program appears to work. In this video, we looked at how to solve 3 simple problems using logical operators and, or, not. In the next video, we will be writing a small program that further makes use of conditional logic. I will see you then.